Hello, everyone. Raymond Moore, Kilted Prepper. How's everybody doing today or this morning? I don't know about you guys, but it is raining here. I guess we have a tropical storm or something like that off the coast of Virginia. I guess what South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, the eastern seaboard right now is getting hit with a tropical storm. Yeah, so it's raining like crazy right now. And you're watching Coffee with Ray. So, but as you guys know, feeling a lot better today. And um, seems like the whole bronchial thing that I've had this past week or these past couple weeks actually has finally gone away. And I'm breathing a lot better and feeling a lot better and things like that. So, hey, Sherry, how you doing? Oh, you got rain. Excellent. We had been very dry. Yeah. Here's an interesting thing too, and I'm glad it is raining right now. We've got a rather large front yard and backyard, and so we actually pay someone to come and mow our lawns because it would just take me forever to do it. And so it's cheaper for us to hire him to do it. But needless to say, he ran over my garden hose. And so I haven't been able to water my vegetable garden here for a couple of days now. So I am super glad that we have rain coming in because my garden hose got ran over by a lawnmower. And so, yeah, got to go out and get a new garden hose. And the thing is whoever built this house, man, they put one faucet in the backyard and it was like way on the other side of the house and stuff. So I've got to buy a stinking 100-foot stinking hose to reach my raised bed garden and things like that. So it's, costs some money whenever I run over a hose. Now, what I am going to try to do is I am going to cut the end off of the hose so that maybe if anything, I'll have a shorter hose or something like that. Because you can get a hose repair kit, stick the end in and ratchet it down and stuff like that. So, hey, Holly. Hey, Sherry, Joanne Moret. Hey, Joanne. So morning to everybody. But yeah, it is storming here because we got a tropical storm Ophelia or something like that. I think it started with an O or something. But so what am I talking about today? For those of you who don't know, excuse me, got an itchy eye. For those of you who don't know, I am doing a free class tonight on Zoom on creating alternate income. And if you've been watching my videos this week, I am really been focused. In fact, I've been focusing on this for some time now. If you've been reading my articles or watching the videos and everything, but I've been basically preaching that a day is going to come when we are no longer going to get cheap Chinese junk shipped to us anymore. And a lot of people's like, no, that can't happen. It's always going to be there, blah, blah, blah. And what we're finding out is already it isn't, because China has been, canceling contracts with us. And, there's just a whole bunch of things that are going on with China. And not only is it China, it's global. And so I really feel and believe, with all the research that I've been doing, all the global strategists that I read and watch and everything like that, I honestly believe that China will be a catalyst to recession, even depression globally. And what's interesting is what we're sitting in a perfect storm right now, with everything that's going on in Europe, everything that has happened in the repercussions of the jab, and all these other things, elections. And I mean, we've got a whole bunch of things that are going on, to the point where we are now looking at serious famines globally. not necessarily here in the United States, but in the world. And when the world is hurting for food, they're going to be come knocking at our doors. So that's, issues there where I'm deeply concerned that with everything that is going on in China, that what happens over there, because they basically are having a financial collapse right now, and they are not doing good. You thought we weren't doing good. They are doing like 10, 20 times worse than what is happening here in the US. And it's mainly due to demographics, not enough children and everything. That whole one child policy that they have has seriously backfired on them. And so, there's all these things that are going on. And so I am really working hard and hoping to help people and teach them, as much as I can teach them on how to create alternate forms of income. Because one of the things in doing research, it was interesting. I've been talking to a number of people in my church. I've got a lot of old people in my church. I mean, really old people, it's a great resource because I've been talking to them about how they lived through the Depression and what was it like. And the one thing that I did learn is that all the parents that were in, growing up, or the people that were growing up during the Depression, their parents had alternate forms of income, and be it raising eggs, be it doing laundry, doing sewing stuff, doing woodworking, doing carpentry work, doing this, doing that, whatever. But I found that all the families that made it through the Depression, and I can't say made it great, but it was interesting. I was talking to one gentleman, his name is Marshall. I think he's like 95 or 96 years old. And Marshall was telling me that even though they were living through the Depression and they were living here in Appalachia, Virginia, which is kind of a poor area at that time, he did not notice that they were in a depression because they always had food on the table, they always had shoes on their feet, they always had clean clothes, this, that, and the other. But one of the biggest things that Marshall was telling me is both his mom and his dad had multiple sources of income coming in. They didn't depend on his job because his job, I guess, was up and down, like everybody else's jobs were during the Great Depression. And so they had to find ultimate sources of income. But the thing is that Marshall was telling me is that they really didn't notice much that they were actually living in a depression and stuff. And so this is one of the things that I'm really going to talk about. This class is free tonight, folks. It's going to be on Zoom. All the information is right down there in the description below. And so I highly, highly recommend that you guys come in and check it out. Now, I'm going to throw some things to think about here. And it was interesting. I was reading this quote this morning, and it's from Marcus Aurelius. And it says, keep in mind how fast things pass by and are gone. Those that are now and those that are to come. And so what I'm sharing this reason for, or why I'm sharing this, is that things happen so fast that opportunities and so many things pass us by, that and maybe it's through procrastination or this, that, or excuses or something. But one of the things I'm wanting to really stress is please come join this class tonight. Again, it is free. It is on Zoom. Bring your pencil and paper, because opportunities and so forth pass by so quickly. Again, markers, keep in mind how fast things pass by and are gone, those that are now and those to come, meaning that, we may not know what's going on in the future or anything, and we need to get ready now so that when these things do come, or when situations are presented, or when bad times do come, we are ready for it. And right now in America, I really foresee us going through a time, or a time span, of where we need to create our own manufacturing again. It's not an if or, should we, or we must do this as a nation. And one thing is that we as a nation is very positioned very well to do this. But the thing is it's going to take time. And that also is what's happening is America is not feeling the pain yet. But imagine if something happens with China, because again, I really strongly believe China is going to be a catalyst that will basically rock the world. We know that again, China is suffering from birth rate demographics. Germany is right behind them, folks. Italy is also behind Germany. So boom, boom, boom. These things could take place, almost overnight. Now imagine if, China just all of a sudden says, you know what, we just don't have the workers anymore to supply you guys with cheap Chinese junk. So we're not shipping it, which could happen. And it's something that I'm not the only one speculating it. There are more and more commentators, more and more economic people out there that are basically saying the day is coming where China is not going to be producing anymore. One, because they don't have the workers, but two, it's getting too expensive. And three, companies don't have the resources or places to go to continue to build this stuff. And so when China stops, whammo, it's going to be there. What is going to happen to our economy here in the US when that does happen? This is just one of those things that is facing us in this nation. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we have banks that are going under, or we have inflation that is massively messing with us. We have food issues and food shortages that we are going to strongly feel come this winter time. I mean, we've been talking about it here. I've been writing about it and everything like that. And so we have all these things going on. This is why I highly encourage you guys to, come and join this free class tonight. It's going to be on Zoom. The link is below. It's going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern. Bring your pen and paper. And I'm going to be talking about a lot of stuff. It's probably going to be about an hour, hour and a half, maybe a tad more if you guys ask questions and all that other stuff. But I want to make sure that I'm helping you guys create ideas. I'm going to be teaching you, one, how to find money you already have. Believe it or not, you guys got money, because to start income, you need income. Like it or not, you need money to make money. And so what you need to do, what income can you find? Because I know that you're sitting on it right now. I'm going to show you 2 or 3 methods of discovering this. So that's going to be point number one. And then the other things I'm going to be teaching you is how to basically eat the elephant one bite at a time. And then also how to look at the long picture. I'm going to be also sharing some of the things that I do and all the cash flow streams that I have going for me and what I manage. And so, by having multiple cash flow streams, if you can imagine multiple streams coming into a river, you want a flowing river. And so some streams are going to flow, some streams are not. But if you have multiple streams coming in, your river will always flow. And so these are things that we're going to be teaching you. I'm going to be teaching you tonight. So make sure that you join it. The information is below. And so that's everything, folks. So Raymond Moore, Kilt the Prepper. Want to see you there tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern on Zoom. So we'll see you. Goodbye. God bless. And Kilt on.